guys, welcome back to the Fanvestor Report. I'm your host, y'all know me, Jezlan Moyet, and I am so excited to welcome Joel Freeman back to the show. Hey guys.
How's it going?
I'm so excited that you're here with me.
Yeah.
I know we first met at the Big Brothers Big Sisters LA event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the golf tournament.
The golf tournament.
Yeah.
We love, golfing for a cause, giving back. It's what we do when we invest with hearts,
right,
as we talk about often on Fanvestor. But what I really want to talk about with you today is your entire journey and making fitness into your business, your brand, and obviously using the incredible Beachbody to launch this.
Yeah.
I mean, where did this journey begin?
It has been a journey. Journey is definitely the word, and it's interesting because as things progress and technology changes and the way that we used to do things obviously has changed, and that just continues to propel us forward. So what's been really interesting is being on this journey. So it started, the gym industry back when I was 19, 20 years old, but it was the business side for me. I worked at the front desk and then sold gym memberships and personal training and all that stuff. I wasn't into the fitness aspect of it. I was on the business side of it. And I think that's also what's helped me over the years, almost 20 years now in the industry, is I understood the business. I understood how gyms run because I opened gyms and I ran gyms and then did group exercise and worked for the Washington State Department of Health for 4 years. So I saw the government side of it. So I've just been I've been inundated in so many different facets of the industry that has helped me really understand when I came into Beachbody as a Beachbody super trainer, as they call us. It's a title. I didn't name us, but
it's a good title.
It's like I wouldn't have a business card that says that because it feels silly saying super trainer, but I appreciate the title. But when I came into that and started really working on home programming, all of that other experience helped me really understand what we were trying to do. And so when I write my programs and when I work with all the amazing people at Beachbody, when we're writing Lift 4 and 10 rounds, some very successful programs of mine, I'm really thinking about that end user. I'm thinking about the person at home. So I'm able to use everything that I've learned over the years and all the challenges, all the barriers, everything that I know that I was either frustrated with or I've worked with people who are frustrated and everything like that. And I've been able to really mold that into successful programming.
Who have been some of your biggest mentors, either in business or fitness?
Just the people that I worked with over the years. I looked at the ones that were successful in their fields when it came to opening gyms. So my former boss, Willie and Angel Banos, the Banos brothers, own the most successful Gold's Gym franchise in the world, and they're based here in Southern California. So when they brought me here to work with them, I learned so much so quickly with working with them. And then working obviously with CEO Carl Deichler for Beachbody, and he's created just this amazing empire of home fitness, and look at what's happening now as we're going public. And I mean, I'm inspired by him daily, and I've learned, and I learn by watching and listening, and half the time I'm listening more than anything, and I think that's really where I know that's where I've learned the most.
Well, it's really interesting. They say, right, you're a reflection of the 5 people that are closest to you, right? So you're a reflection of him and his genius, and really any of the people who work out with you and who spend that time with you getting fit is a reflection of what you've done and the business you've built.
Oh, I actually never heard that before. That's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, I never heard that.
Well, let me be the first to tell you.
I never heard that part. That's cool.
It really does say so much about you, right? Work hard, stream hard. He's branded right here and now.
I am branded.
Let's talk about this.
Sure.
Tell me, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
On the red carpet, right? But
yeah.
right now, I think it's super interesting and relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, so this is an older shirt, Beachbody shirt. It says "Work hard, stream hard." So, what has been really cool in my journey with Beachbody. I'm going on almost 10 years. Next year is 10 years as a super trainer with them, which is awesome. They've kept me around that long. Appreciate it. Thanks, Carl. And what's so cool is when they started, and when we started, our very first program was a collaborative product with another company called Les Mills out of New Zealand. And it was DVDs, though. And it was back in the DVD world and the infomercial world. And, the DVD came out and the infomercial came out, and then you push it. And that's really where the success of Beachbody came at the start with P90X and Insanity, some of the OGs, right? And then as it's progressed, we've gone to Beachbody on demand. And, DVDs are kind of a thing of the past, just like when we, right when we got our CDs, then all of a sudden it started being streams, or,
right.
Blu-ray player, now you stream.
Don't age us, Joel.
You guys,
what's a DVD?
I didn't. I was actually talking about, I was thinking back, I was almost said cassette tapes. Some of you might remember 8-tracks, but I'm not that old. But I remember the cassette tapes. But with the streaming aspect of it, what's been so fun is when we started creating programs that we could stream, that opened us up to a world of freedom and more creativity than we've ever had before. Because with DVDs, we were confined to disk space. So you could only have so many workouts on a disc. It was things that I'd never even thought of before, but you can only have so many workouts on a DVD because you have to keep the price point low and all these different things. When we got to stream live, we could have multiple workouts, unlimited workouts, and we didn't have to worry about all the things that we did before. So that's the most fun that we've ever had now, working in programming with Beachbody On Demand. And so, as we say, work hard, stream hard, and that's where Beachbody On Demand comes in. And then obviously now we have interactive coming, which is massive.
Massive news. I know your fans and followers got a sneak peek behind the scenes.
Today.
Shooting some things today.
Yeah, on set today.
Tell me about it.
So Beachbody On Demand interactive. So it's called Body, B-O-D-I, get it? Body, get it? Beachbody. So Body is going to be our first live interactive workouts. And it's a whole new set. We've been showcasing and giving little snippets and previews leading into it. We're going to start filming content next month. We go live first couple weeks into September, where I'll be teaching live classes. And similar to models that are already out there, people have seen like Peloton and other companies, Mix Fitness, which Beachbody acquired, MYX. So now we have the Mix bikes
Huge
that we'll be using.
News.
Yeah, that was great. So we're going to be doing basically that, but we've taken it up to the Beachbody level, which is the set is phenomenal. It's like 190 degrees. LED screen surrounding me. All the floor is LED screen, so you can change at a drop of a hat. So if I say, hey, I need a ladder, it pops up on the floor. And then everybody can come in and stream live, and then they'll be up on the screen. We call it the podcast, and they're all going to be up live behind me, and I'll get to talk to them. They'll get to talk back to me. Yeah, it's going to be epic.
Oh, that's so exciting. Speaking of talking back to you, we know that you're watching fans, and we know that you have some burning questions. Okay, so coming in live.
Okay.
What motivated your trainer journey? I mean, let's take it back. We know you were in the fitness business, but did you always want to be a trainer? I mean, Joel, at 8 years old, like, what was the game plan?
I had no clue. When I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a Navy fighter pilot. That was like my goal. Top Gun, 100%. I wanted to be Maverick. Oh, I really, really did.
I see that.
Yeah, but, can't now. But I always wanted to do that, but that was, and then when I went into college, I didn't really know what I was wanting to do, and so I changed my major every semester, basically, and just had no clue. So I never ever thought I would be in this job. I actually never even thought I was going to be in this position when I was in the industry.
Really?
I never really aspired to this. I just was going. I was just doing things that I enjoyed doing. And I think that's the biggest thing. That's what people tell me. They ask me all the time, hey, how do I get your job? I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell you that because everybody's journey is always going to be a little bit different. What I can say, though, is what I did is I learned as much as I could. I listened as much as I could and just kept having conversations with people and kept making connections, making friendships, and being easy and fun to work with, and those things go a long way, and that's when the opportunities start to present themselves. That's what happened to me.
It's super interesting, and I really appreciate your transparency and that, right? Not saying, oh, I always said I was going to be a celebrity trainer, and look at here I am now. But I thank you for being so authentic. What's your life like as a celebrity super trainer? Has it changed?
It's changed in the fact that because I went from when I was working for Gold's Gym and working in the gym industry, went from a very day-to-day regimented. You have to go to the gym and you have to do this, you have to do that. Now it's a little bit more lax in some ways. If I'm not working on a program or if we're not filming, or we don't have something, like there'll be some days I wake up, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I guess I'll go work out. And then there's other days like today where it's like, okay, I gotta do this, and this, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. And you're just like, man, there's not enough hours in the day.
Speaking of waking up, some of the most successful entrepreneurs have very specific morning routines.
Right.
What's yours?
The complete opposite of probably any successful entrepreneur. My morning, I wake up.
Keeping it 100.
I wake up, I go straight to the coffee maker. Have to have a cup of coffee in the morning. I'm such a coffee guy. I have to brush both cats. Okay. We have 2 cats, 2 Bengals, so they're very, very vocal. So they just howl in the morning the minute I wake up. Brush them, give them treats, they get some water. Then Brienne, my wife, gets up. She feeds them, And then I usually sit on the couch and I'm on I do social media while I'm drinking my coffee, and that's kind of like my morning routine. But yeah, like that's literally it.
So you couch before gym?
Yes,
Me
I am
too.
not.
We're so alike.
I'm not that. I don't do very well, and my followers know this. I don't do very well with the whole like getting up and working out first thing in the morning. But that's just what works for me, and that's what I've told people over the years. But there are times like where if I'm getting up for a flight or something like that, I'll get up and get the workout in. But I usually coffee, chill, breakfast, then workout.
It's interesting that your body is now your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it's your business.
Right.
So how do you ever like separate from that, or do you?
I don't personally, and I think that's kind of that's been part of my journey as well, was figuring out over the past especially the past, I'd say 5 years, was figuring out what that, being a Beachbody super trainer, being more in social media, right? Being more visible on social media, because I personally don't care about social media. Like if I was not in this position, I probably wouldn't even be on it, because there's so much that, like I'm a action sports guy. Like I'd rather be riding a dirt bike or doing something else than being on social media. But I also understand the importance of it and the power of it and how we can motivate people and do it. So that's why I am on it. So that's been the past 5 years of really me figuring out what that looks like. And what I've realized is just being authentic. And my authenticity is what the people who follow me, that's what they see. Like I don't, and I, like for my mind, I never want someone to meet me in person and say, oh, you're different than what I thought you were, or you're different than what I saw on social media.
Right.
Like I love hearing the fact that like, oh, you're exactly the way I thought you'd be, or you're exactly like who you look like. That's a big thing for me. And so I don't do anything different. I don't say anything different. I don't act any different on social media, and the people who follow me know that. And I like a lot of times I get a lot of unfollows based on some of those things, but it's just like I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine because I don't like tea.
So, yeah, you're a coffee guy.
I like to be everybody's cup of whiskey, all right, or glass of whiskey is what I should say.
Okay, so we've got some more questions from the fans. Are you ready for them?
I'm ready.
Okay, great. Do you think cool sculpting, does it work? Ooh, a little off topic, but interesting.
I am sure. So I've never done it because it sounds horrible. I am sure, like everything in that world of because I have been around for a lot of these different things. There's benefits to it. There's no question about that. Ice therapy. I mean, it's the same thing. If you have a sore, cryo and things like that. And if you have a sore shoulder, you ice it. Now, cool sculpting, that's a little bit different.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, as you get into that world, to me, and I know very little about it, but to me, that's more in the realm of a quick fix mentality. And I'm not into the quick fix mentalities. So, and that's me being very, very general and paraphrasing because I'm the first person to say I don't know the details of it.
So let's talk about this.
Sure.
The quick fix versus your dedication.
Yeah.
Dedication to your lifestyle, your workout, your business.
Yeah.
What keeps you motivated? How do you stay focused?
Well, the quick fix to me is something like that, or people, and I talk about consistency nonstop on my social media, and that's really my message, is consistency in real life. And those two things are synonymous to me. They go hand in hand. Yeah. And the idea behind that is if you find the things that you enjoy when it comes to, let's just talk about fitness for a second. I love weightlifting and boxing. Those are my two areas of workout and expertise that I love. So I look forward to it. But if you told me I had to go run, I would not. Well, I just wouldn't. I'd find every excuse that I could, and I just wouldn't do it. But that's the thing, you have to find those things that you really enjoy and you look forward to, and that will create the consistency. So even though I woke up this morning, I was totally tired. We had a long day yesterday, did not a lot of sleep. The first thing I had this morning was a boxing session. As tired as I was, and it wasn't even my best workout, but I still looked forward to it. So that in itself, when you find those things that you look forward to, that is going to help create the consistency. And that gets rid of this quick fix mentality, because all of a sudden you're going to start focusing on what you're enjoying to do. And then it just fits into your life, and you don't feel like you're making sacrifices or you're changing your lifestyle. Obviously, if there's something unhealthy that's going on, then that's the things you have to change. But I'm talking about just fitting these things into your lifestyle, and that becomes your lifestyle. And that's where it is for me. I weightlift, I box, and I look forward to it every day.
So fans are also very curious to know, how else do you invest your time, right? Because you're working out nonstop for yourself, for your fans, for the business.
Right. I work out. I mean, my guys, my followers know, like, when it comes to working out, like, I get it done and I'm done. Like, I don't put a lot of time and effort into it. I'm a let's get it done and move on with the rest of my day. Obviously, depending on what we've got going on. I mean, my wife and I, we travel a lot. So we're the no kids family.
Okay.
No kids but 2 cats, and so we like to travel. We travel a lot, and then day-to-day stuff. So it is. There's always something to do. There's always something to work on. There's always social media stuff to work on, and then I'm a car guy, so I've got a '69 Mustang in the garage. So
really?
Yeah. So I'm always driving that around, and we're both, my wife are car people, so our garage is full of toys, and that's so. It seems like, and some days, the rare days, sometimes I don't have anything, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a movie at 3:00 in the afternoon, and sometimes you just gotta shut everything off and relax too. It doesn't happen all the time.
Who else is jealous of that one? I mean,
I said it doesn't happen all the time. Not all the time, but when it happens, I gotta take advantage of it.
We talked about how you invest your time. Let's talk about how you invest your heart.
Sure.
Keeping it full circle to the beginning of this, we met at a charity event.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So Big Brothers Big Sisters, that was the Greater Los Angeles. That was their annual golf tournament. I think it was their 8th annual golf tournament, something like that. And I've been a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters now for 5 years, and got matched up with my little guy 5 years ago. Right after I got approved to be a big, they were like, well, sometimes it takes a while. And then I got a call like the next day saying, well, hey, we got someone for you, or we think we have someone for you. And we met in the offices there, and he was 7 at the time. And he's now, 5 years later, he's about to turn 12. Wow. It's just crazy. And it's been amazing. It's been cool. And I didn't know what to expect. I've never planned on having children, was never into that, but I also loved that idea. And the idea came around as well when Carl Dykler, CEO of Beachbody, he and I were talking. We were doing one of the programs, and we were looking at a nonprofit, a charity, and we were looking kind of through the list. And he's like, "What do you think of that one?" I'm like, "Actually, I've always thought about that, and like, perfect time to do it." And it's become so much more though. 5 years later. He's not just my little brother, he's my little dude. And it's weird, we even kind of look alike if you look at pictures. It's like, people are like, oh, it's your son, right? And even he's funny because his father's obviously not in the picture. So, but he's like, yeah, it's my old man. So that's what he says now. He doesn't call me his dad, he calls me his old man. That's like the thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's amazing. So it's cool to watch his journey as he's been growing up. And now he's getting into teenagerville. And it's been fun to kind of help guide him in that and figuring out who he is. And then I've learned a lot too on how to communicate and and have to put up with like the new music of today and stuff like that.
New music of
I become
today.
my parents. I'm like, you're like, will you listen to it? And you're like, what is this crap? But then they're like, this is the new stuff. I'm like, it's horrible.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's been great. We've done a lot of stuff, with Beachbody, especially. Beachbody Foundation has raised the first year we did $250,000 match for
Praise
Big Brothers.
emoji.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And then myself, have a group of guys. We call ourselves the Rat Pack, and so we raised a bunch of money last year, almost about $50,000, I think. And then this year, when they called me and asked me if I'd be the honoree for the golf tournament. I said, of course. And then that comes with raising money, and we did the same thing. So Beachbody Foundation, they matched our pledge. So my guys, we pledged $20,000 personally. And I think we ended up closer to 30, and then Beachbody matched the 20. So we did about 50,000 this year for just Big Brothers Big Sisters Greater Los Angeles, and then that goes out there, and that creates the opportunity for so many matches, which is phenomenal.
Oh, that is so incredible. Honestly, that's an investment, right?
Yeah.
An investment of your heart. We talk about that all the time on Fanvestor Report, and that's part of our mission, right? Creating the opportunities for fans to invest. And you do that time and time again to invest in themselves, their businesses, their communities.
Yeah, and it's not just the money. I mean, we obviously raise the money because the money is what creates the matches and creates the opportunities for children and for littles and bigs to be matched. But it is that investment in time, and that's the biggest thing. I said that, I don't know if you were there at the end of the tournament, we had the speeches and stuff we were talking, but that's one of the things I said, is like, because they asked me like, well, what would I say to someone who's thinking about becoming a big? Is you gotta be serious about it. It's not investing money, it's investing your time. And because you're minimum twice a month, and it's turned into a lot more. And my little dude, we FaceTime almost every other day. If he gets in trouble with his mom, he has to FaceTime me, and he has to tell me why, and we talk about it.
Wow.
And it's create accountability, and that's a big time investment. And that's what I tell people is like, be ready to do that, but you really have to be serious about that commitment, because you can't just try it. This is a person. This is a little kid, so you can't just try and be like, oh no, this doesn't work for me. Like, you got to be in it for the long haul. But if you are, it's an amazing feeling, and it's awesome because you're helping someone who really needs it.
What about the rest of your portfolio? Are there any investments that you've made that you are really excited about? That could be of your time, your heart, your finances, your resources, whatever that might be.
I mean, right now it's time is. I'm taking as much time as I can to get things going. I mean, we're really ramping up, and Bot Interactive is going to be amazing. We're excited about that, but that's going to be, so that's a big time investment right now. So we're gearing up for that. My whole trainer team, Beachbody Super Trainer team, Walla, my guy, he just launched his program today, or yesterday, excuse me, and so that's exciting. We've got nutrition, there's just so much happening. So I think really right now the investment is actually just gearing up for all these huge things that are coming. They're just got here and they are coming on the horizon. So looking to the future, knowing, but also seeing what's going on. And Lift Forward, my program came out 3 years ago and still one of the top stream programs. So really keeping people motivated to just continue their journey and find that real life fitness consistency. So that's my day to day.
I mean, we've seen so many questions come through about new programs.
Yeah.
Can you tease or tell us anything?
That's always the thing. It's always funny because even after we launched, so we launched 10 rounds, my latest program last mid, I guess, spring we launched it, and everybody was like, oh, when's your next program? I'm like, we just finished this one, you guys, so you gotta give me some time, but I promise you I'm not going anywhere. There's a lot of fun things coming, and it's all gonna be great. I'm excited about all of it.
Well, please remind everyone who isn't following you here right now where they can follow, of course, support you, your journey,
so
and Beachbody.
Everything that I have is on Joel Freeman Fitness. Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is obviously my main one. I don't use Twitter or Snapchat. I mean, it's just, there's too many, you guys. There's too many, okay? I focus on one. I'm good on one. So Instagram's my main one, Joel Freeman Fitness, and that's what I just share my day to day. And if it motivates somebody, great. If someone doesn't find motivation, then there's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of people out here. They're trying to be motivators, they're trying to be fitness influencers, they want my job, and that's fine. If they motivate people, that's great. And so there's a lot of avenues that someone can take to find motivation. And they happen upon the Joel Street, then great. If not, then they can go to a different one.
We rise together. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again, Joel. We appreciate your investment of time, heart, and energy. Keep it
sure.
here. We'll be back with more on Fanvestor.